Can I talk now? Yes, I can talk now. Ah, yes. The Shift, episode 81, baby. We are 81 shows in to The Shift, and we are, Nick. You know what? I'm sorry. The Tokyo. Look, I love Tokyo. I have love for Tokyo. Have I have love for Otani. I have love for Seiya Suzuki. I have love for a lot of these players, these teams. We can't be doing this Tokyo series as like the actual opening day, like regular season of Major League Baseball, Nick. It's 11 days away. That's the opening day. We can't be doing this. I'm sorry. I love growing the game. Can't be doing this. Am I starting on a negative note? Yes. Is it warranted? Yes. You know what I mean? But I'm all for growing the game, Nick. Just a little weird to have opening day not really be opening day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'm with you. Listen, great to see you. 81. I was trying to count that high. I don't know if I could count that high. We're 19 away from the big one. We got to do something special with that. 19 away from the big one. So that's a lot of fun. But yeah, Tuesday, like, I get it. They want to grow the game. They want it to go international. It's fine. It's fine, Francisco. I will not be awake. 6:00 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time in the United States. Nope, not happening. Not happening. I'm not going to be awake. I'm not going to be awake. That's not happening. 7, like I'll be up at 7, 7:15, maybe even 7:30. I'll miss half the game. I'm not watching. I'm not watching.
And there's
Sorry.
honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Look,
I know.
but you got to get your sleep. You know what I mean? You got to get your sleep. Doesn't mean we're not real baseball fans. It just means we like our sleep. That's all it is. You know what I mean? That's
Fine.
all it is. That's all it is.
Don't start games at 6:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
They moved it up from like 3, so I'll give them that.
I, Nick, I'm sorry. I just think that there's something so special about opening day, and to have like the regular season technically start while there's spring training games like still happening. You know what I mean? They'll still be happening afterwards, and then we'll finally get to every other team's opening day. Unnecessary.
Yeah, and you know how much I hate it. I'm doing it more so out of protest because, like, I would wake up an hour extra early before I go to work, get to watch some baseball, we'll eat some breakfast. Maybe I would, but no. Out of protest, I will not be watching. I will not be waking up. I will be doing my normal routine in the morning, and maybe by the time I get to work, the game will be over, and I'll see what the score was. That's about it.
Right, and Otani will have hit like 3 home runs.
Oh, well, great. Yeah. No one saw it. Nobody saw it because you have to think in the West Coast or on Central Standard Time, whatever. In the Central, they're even further back. They're really in the middle of the night watching this thing. So for us Eastern people, yeah, I guess it's not bad having it at 6 a.m. Yeah. Brutal.
It is brutal. But Nick, we must get to the real show. You know what I mean? That was not the real show, but we must get to our actual thing that we had. It's all my fault. I'm the one who got us off the rails from the start. That's usually how it works. I'm usually guilty. You know what I mean? I can say that.
It's fine because it needed to be addressed. It's coming up this week.
Yeah. Oh, did Nicky Earnshaw freeze? Nick, you froze. You froze. And you tweeted out we're live, but you're not live anymore. It's okay. I'll carry the ship from here. I guess I'll carry the ship. Nick will be back. But unless we're going to back out and have to do a new one now, which I don't want to have to mess that up. But I don't know what Nick's going to do. But I'm just going to go with the show, just as if we were going to do the normal show. So Joey Gallo recently just got released by the Chicago White Sox. And Joe, are you back? Are you there?
I'm back.
But you were gone though. You were gone.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I just want to make sure that maybe you weren't there. You were there the whole time. I didn't know it, but you were there. So you're back now. It's good to see you.
We're back. You know, it's funny
What?
because my Wi-Fi dropped as soon as I said I was not watching Major League Baseball to start the season, the first game. Rob Manfred just cursed me.
Yeah, you got
It's fine.
dude.
It's fine.
Hey, you what a start to the show. It's never we don't ever have normal starts to our shows.
Never,
I don't
ever,
it can't.
ever.
We do have our normal start. That's just not right. It's not right. Nick. Joey Gallo. What I mean, something else that threw me off the rails. You know what I mean? Our show's off the rails right now. Joey Gallo, I think, is off the rails, Nick. I'm just getting straight into it. Look, Joey Gallo recently released by the White Sox. I think, Nick, that he like asked to be released because I think huh?
Kinda, I guess, right?
Yeah, I thought he like went to his agent and said like, okay, well, if they're not gonna like really give me a shot, then like release me. I want to come back as a pitcher now. I thought it was a joke.
I did too.
Did you think it was? I thought it was a joke.
I mean, look at the tweet. He said, "It's been fun outfield. Peace sign. Just to be clear, I will be pitching." That's what he tweeted out. That's what he tweeted out, Rojas.
Like, it's different. Like, I think Tyler Naquin actually like, recently, I think, has become a pitcher too, which is news to me. I didn't even know that. It was like a week ago as well. It was just within like 2 weeks of each other. Like, just like the way I guess Gallo went about it with the tweet. Like, it's not like he made like a formal announcement. You know what I mean? Like, he just tweeted out like, just to be clear, I'm going to be pitching. Like, that could genuinely like be like viewed as a joke, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I would have viewed it as I viewed it as a joke at first, and then I saw Heyman tweeted it out that Gallo is going to actually convert to. I'm like, oh my god, this is real. Like, this is serious.
This is crazy. So the White Sox assistant general manager Josh Barfield told MLB.com, quote, he had expressed interest through his agent if it didn't work out on the major league team that he was going to explore the pitching side. I know it's something he's been dabbling around with in between some of the reps here, but he asked for his release today, so we accommodated that. I mean, bonkers. Yeah. This I did not see coming. I saw this news, Fran, and I was just like, I thought it was a joke. You know how like NBA Centel gets everybody with that with those fakes? I thought this was MLB Centel.
Yeah. Wait, so didn't they get blocked, by the way?
Yeah, but they're back now. They're back.
Yeah, I knew they were back. I didn't know that was a real thing either. Yeah. But I guess they were. Yeah, shout out to NBA Centel. Whichever. But in all actuality, Nick, like I don't like good for Joey. I guess he just doesn't think he has a shot any. I mean, he hasn't really been the same since he left Texas. That was 2021. You know, he went to New York. Was not what New York wanted him to be, and he wasn't what he wanted himself to be. You know, the first 5 years of his career, he was a 40 homer, walk machine and a guy that had a really good arm in the outfield. I don't think that ever left, but his big part of his game was being able to hit the ball out of the ballpark and get on base. And the last couple of years, he's really fallen off. So I will say this. I mean, at the end of the day, in any sport, the mental part is, I think, a big deal. Like it is a big deal. I think that people don't understand that enough, how much sports can be mentally taxing. Not even just mentally taxing, just more of how much being locked in and just the mental part is a big deal. So I think that if Gallo really doesn't think that he can be, I mean, again, he's been an all-star in the past. He's been a good player. If he doesn't think that he can do it anymore and he wants to convert to pitching and he think that's an avenue for him to actually succeed, at the professional level, I respect it. I'll say at the end of the day, it's going to be tough. I get the arm strength. A couple of years ago when he was playing more of the outfield, 2020 to 2022. I mean, I think 2020, he was averaging like 94 miles per hour, his arm strength out of the outfielders. And that was, top tier. It was right up there. So the arm strength's there, so that's a thing. Like I've seen a couple of tweets. I think Codify Baseball tweeted out that in high school between junior and senior year, I might be getting this wrong, but just to get the the understanding here, I think he faced like 126 batters in high school and struck out like more than half or something like that. It's some number like that. That's all cool. I don't know. It's different when high school for Joey Gallo was over a decade ago. At least he's 31, right? So I mean, over a decade ago. Even if somebody I look at, Nick, like Rick Ankiel. Rick Ankiel he converted the opposite, right? He went from pitching, and he was good pitcher. I mean, finished second rookie of the year voting, had a 3.5 ERA in that lone big year he had with the Cardinals. But he made the change, like, I don't even know. When did he make the change? Yeah, I guess he did make the change a little. What was it, like 05, 06, somewhere around there. So I don't know. It's tough to do, man. It's a really tough thing to do. Gallo's 31. I don't think Ankiel was that old when he made the switch. It's going to be a tough thing to do, but good luck to Joey Gallo. I would say, Nick, going forward, it's a tough thing to do. I don't think it's going to be very easy for him to do this and be successful. I would lean towards the side of that he's probably not going to be successful with this, but you never know. Joey Gallo, the Cy Young winner, who knows?
It'd be a story, to say the least, right? Like the movie The Rookie, right, with Dennis Quaid. Like, that's a story. It's a great story, right? This would kind of be on the similar path, trajectory. Like, this would be something you would get out of a movie and a Hollywood script. If he's able to get back, become a pitcher. Now, in high school, he did pitch. That is the report. Like, he pitched when he was in high school. He was a dual threat guy in high school. Great. A lot of people are in high school. I'm gonna be fascinated by this. I'll put the graphic back up. That was his slash line with the Giants last year. It's not too impressive. I wonder, Francisco, if there is a team out there that's like, hey, we know you want to try and do this pitching thing, but we'll give you a shot as an outfielder or a guy coming off the bench, or as someone on maybe. I mean, you can't go to a worse team than the White Sox. So I don't know what team out there would give him a shot. Maybe come off the bench. I mean, he can give you something off the bench. I don't know. Listen, I'm wishing him luck. I would love to see this story turn into something huge because he was a really good player. I mean, 2-time All-Star. He's hit for power. He was a great player for years with the Texas Rangers. So, I'm. This is fascinating. This was something I did not expect. I thought it was fake at first, but then I added in our little notes before the game, before the show. And I treat a show like a game, by the way. I was going to say game, but I do treat the show like a game.
I like
most
that.
ball.
Yeah,
that's how you got to treat every show. But
the big leagues.
Yeah. So I thought you text me, hey, should we leave with the Gallo thing? I'm like, absolutely, because I mean, this was just out of left field, like no pun intended, but it was just like, whoa, he wants to become a pitcher. Like, I know there was rumblings, and they said the GM, he said he's talked to his agent, he wants to try pitching. I hope it works out. I hope he gets to the big leagues, even if it's just for a couple of games, just as a pitcher to prove everyone wrong. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm looking at Gallo's like headshot. He's just like, I know they did a lot in New York. He's like an easy guy to make fun of. I'm just
you know that. Face. Remember that viral picture, like the hair crazy, like straight up in the Yankee uniform. I think it was like in the dugout or something.
Yes, I do.
And he looked all crazy. Like that's how I think what's going on in his brain right now. I could be a pitcher, So that's what I think he's at. So
wait, so you think that he's gonna sign with another team, but he's gonna be a bat?
No. I said I think there'll be a team out there that's like, hey, we'll give you a shot, like as a bench guy, come off our bench, hit. Forget the baseball thing. Yeah, but forget the pitching thing. Like, I think there's a team out there that's going to approach it with that. There has to be at least maybe a couple, right? So just based on his track record.
So you think even though he wants to convert to pitching, that there's going to be teams out there that are going to say, well, we saw that, but screw you. We were still interested in what you got potentially with the bat.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see it. Like, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I could see teams approaching him. It might not make the public sphere, like, being reported, oh, these teams are interested in Gallo. But if there's a team like mid-season that needs like a bat off the bench, I mean, why not take a flyer on a Joey Gallo? I mean, he's shown power before. He's been an all-star in the past. Give him a shot. Maybe give him a minor league deal. See what he does down there. And boom, if the pitching thing's really not working out, it's not going well for him. We'll see. But I could see that maybe happening.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Joey Gallo, potential Cy Young Award winner. Will he rival Paul Skeens? Who? Oh, I can't wait to get to. You know what? Man, I just saw Baseball America posted like their top 100 pitchers, and like Skeens was number 1. Like, what are we doing? He's thrown like 23. He's at 23 starts in the majors. And automatically he's always the best pitcher ever. He automatically is the best pitcher in the game right now. It's BS.
I don't want you ever saying you're part of the Skeens fan club ever again.
No, it's embarrassing the fanboying and fangirling out of Paul Skeens. Automatically he is the savior of Major League Baseball. He will bring in more attendance than the Savannah Bananas ever did. You know what I mean? Like it's getting to be a little out of pocket. And now I'm looking back on it. Oh, the whole 11-year-old getting the card. Why did Skeens have to be the card? Why couldn't it be Zach Wheeler? The best pitcher in the game.
You got to be kidding me today. We're not even 20 minutes into the show. You're already off on a Skeens rant. My Wi-Fi went down. You're off on a Skeens rant. This is definitely a shift episode today. This is peak shift episode today.
This is our Kobe episode, right? 81. You scored 81 with the Raptors. Yeah,
it is.
81. It's our episode. Yeah, it's all off the rails like usual. By the way, stay tuned. It is March Madness Selection Sunday just happened. I still didn't even look at who is where. I know
Mount St. Mary. Go Mount St. Mary. Mac.
What seed are they?
They are playing in for the 16 seed against American University.
Oh, you just watched them play, right?
Yeah, I was down there. MAC tournament, Atlantic City, a lot of fun. They play good defense, man. I'd watch out. Unfortunately, if they do get that 16 seed, they got to play your fake school in Duke.
Fake school. Get the heck out of here. I'm wearing blue right now from my alma mater. Come on, man.
So I will be cheering on for Mount St. Mary.
Well, to be fair, Duke has lost. Was it? What year was it? Were they? I know they were a 2 seed one year, and they lost to a 15 seed. Yeah. It's entirely possible. 16 seed has won before.
They are the betting favorite to win the whole thing. I will tell you.
As they should be. Cooper Flags will be back. He's gonna, he's gonna destroy the entire tournament, and then he's gonna be a Sixer.
We'll see.
It's all right. Quentin Grimes just wants us to not tank. Anyway, but by the way, stay tuned. In the next 20-25 minutes, we are going to have our own March Madness bracket. And it's going to be a March Madness bracket of what? We'll let you know in a little bit. It's going to be a fun, exciting topic. And thank you to Nick Earnshaw for coming up with this idea. He said, that's March Madness. We should do some sort of bracket. I said, you know what? That's your best idea you've ever had. So we're going to do a little bracket coming up here in just a little bit. But I want to say this, Nick. This is a very special edition of the Meat and Potatoes. You know why? Because I had meat and potatoes tonight.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and the way you're saying that, asking me that, means that you definitely didn't, which is a shame. You need to get your ish together. Tonight, I had roast pork. I had broccoli, and I also had potatoes.
Okay.
And the important part there. Vegetables are important, but the important part was the roast pork and the potatoes, which are the meat and potatoes. And boy, I'll tell you, I had the sriracha sauce and the potatoes. It was delicious. Delicious. What'd you have? I mean, not that it matters what you had now, because I'm the real, shift guy right now, but go ahead.
Yeah, I did not. I had mac and cheese, and
I respect that.
We had fried eggplant, mac and cheese that I had for dinner today. Yeah, interesting combo. So good. Okay. Mom does a good job on that.
I was gonna say you have to say that because your mother made it. So
She did. But it was fantastic. It's one of my favorite meals. And I stopped home, at the rent's house before head back to my place, and so good, so good.
I like it. Oh yeah, you have your own place now. You said the rent's house. Oh, he's all old now. He's all old man Nick.
Responsibilities.
Welcome to the adult
Welcome to
world.
the real world.
Yeah. Welcome.
I'm still on
Nick,
my own.
Yes, Nick. The spring breakout just happened.
It
Nick, it's
did.
wrapped up, by the way.
Did.
Just wrapped up. I believe I know technically it's wrapping up tonight. The Brewers are playing the Reds right now, for what it's worth. The Tigers played the Braves today. And Nick, there's been a lot of, I know you're a big prospect guy. So, I mean, this last couple of days has been kind of big deal for you, for a lot of the, for a lot of the prospects for each team. They started doing this last year, correct? So,
yeah, this was last year they started it.
Right. So I want to give you a couple of my standouts, Nick.
Here.
From spring breakout. And this one, I don't even know why we didn't put this on the show notes, but how about maybe you could say his name better than I can. Mariners switch pitcher, Jurangelo Sigenti. Is that how you say it? I think
right. It's pretty close. Pretty close.
Yes, I might be right. I might be wrong, but he's a switch pitcher, and looks like I forget which he can do, which side he can throw harder from, but I think one side he can throw 97, 95 somewhere, and the other side he can throw about low 90s. But pretty cool, man. Pretty cool to have a switch pitcher, coming up through the ranks. Jurangelo Sigenti, the switch pitcher. So, Nick, any thoughts on seeing that? Although it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did catch the highlights of it. It was pretty cool. Like, to have a guy who can go from left to right. Like, I mean, that's so much fun to watch. I did catch that a little bit. The spring breakout's a great game because you get to see a lot of the young players, and I think Major League Baseball needs to continue to do stuff like this, right? Like, make sure they're highlighting the young players as they come up. Because remember, it sometimes takes a little while for these prospects to develop and then eventually get to the big leagues, right? Like, you're not just going to have, your unicorns like Paul Skeens, who, is the best pitcher in baseball now, according to Francisco Rojas and a lot of other people too. It's not going to happen every single time, right? So I think this is something Major League Baseball needs to continue to do. You're going to showcase your young talent, and you're going to have people more aware of who's coming up, right? Who's going to be the next star? Who's going to be the next solid piece coming up in your organization? And I think this is a good way. I think they can market a little bit better, but I think the spring breakout's a good idea. They need to continue to push the young players, and they're doing a better job with it with the Ellie, Paul Skeens, Gunnar, like this core group over the past 2 seasons. They're doing a better job of pushing those guys. I feel like having them on the cover of MLB The Show, not just because I like it, but just overall in general, to make sure people recognize some of the young stars that are coming up that are gonna take over the game in the next 5 to 7, 8 years.
Yeah, I get that. Also, a couple other ones for me, Nick. I don't know how much you like. Well, I'll actually get to Max Clark in just a second. But Bubba Chandler, he went an inning, 4 strikeouts. So his fastball was looking pretty good versus the Phils. I told you about him. He's someone for me to watch this upcoming season, and 15th overall prospect according to MLB Pipeline. I'm excited to watch this kid again. I think him, Jared Jones, and Paul Skeens, it's going to be a heck of a potential 3-headed monster of a rotation in the next couple of years. And I thought I heard this soundbite earlier that Skeens, Paul Skeens, did an interview with whoever the TV network is, I think, for the Pirates, and he said that Bubba Chandler was talking to him, and he said just be ready when you're pitching on day 2 next year.
Oh,
so, I like this kid. I like it. I like it a lot.
Can I say? I like that. I like that quote. However, it's a little off topic, but I did have a problem with the Pirates putting out the video of Paul Skeens, giving him the opening day starter job. Like, everyone in the world knew that Paul Skeens was going to be starting on opening day. I mean, they really need to do a video for Paul Skeens on that. Come on. The guy doesn't show much emotion anyway. So I'm just saying. I just wanted to put that out.
Look at you
That's my
bashing Skeens for
little
once. But
negative.
actually, you're
No,
not
I'm
even.
bashing the Pirates. I'm bashing the Pirates.
Yeah.
Everyone knew he's come on.
Yeah. All right. Well, settle down. Settle down. You're so protective of your best pitcher in the last 150 years,
Yep.
even though he's at 150 innings to his name. Not even, I don't think. But it's just embarrassing, man. Baseball America, do better. Do better, MLB. I can't wait to talk about it. But actually, let's just talk about it. All right, real quick. You like Max Clark? I like this kid a lot.
Yeah, I like Clark a lot.
Dude, Clark,
Love Clark.
I mean, just look at his grades for like what he's going to be. Like, I think does he have a 70? I'm going right now, right? He's a sixth prospect overall in baseball right now. He's got a where is it? He's got a 60 hit, 50 power, but 70 run, arm strength 70, fielding 60. This kid's gonna be insane. He's got the swag. The kid's gonna be a really good player. I don't know what to say, man. He's gonna be on the cover of MLB The Show in 2 years, along with Jackson Jobe and Oroki Sasaki. They're gonna you know what they're gonna do, Nick? In like 5 years, it'll be like 10 players on the cover. They're gonna do like a team picture.
That's great.
It's gonna be Sasaki. It's gonna be Roman Anthony. It's gonna be Dylan Cruz. It's gonna be Jackson Jobe, Max Clark, Andrew Painter. You know what I mean? And they'll have
like, the whole squad. The whole squad.
Yeah, they're gonna have everybody. Pretty soon they'll have the MLB pipeline top 100.
You know what they should do? Just put the futures game, all the players, boom, on the cover. Every one of the futures.
Just have it like a Lord of the Rings cover. Just like whatever. Yeah, you don't strike me as a Lord of the Rings guy.
Not one bit.
Yeah,
not
you have no
one
idea
bit.
what I'm talking about. You're like, what's Lord of the Rings? Okay.
But
Max Clark, but I don't know if you saw Clark. He made a throw in center field today where he caught somebody. Whatever runner was went past second a little bit, caught him off guard, bullet to second. Yeah, kid's gonna be good. Kid's gonna be good. But you know what? Let's keep it going with the emotions. Let's get into this. Look, I don't play MLB The Show anymore. I don't really play video games anymore. If I did play video games still, I would be playing MLB The Show. But I no longer play video games, Nick. But we must get to this MLB The Show top 10 hitters rankings or whatever, and pitchers rankings. And wow, Nick, I like these lists. We're just going with the top 10. We don't need to go through like the top like 50 or whatever. I don't even know what the top 50 looks like. But I do want to get into the top 10 hitters and pitchers ratings here from MLB The Show. Nick, would you like to start?
Yes, I will.
All right,
start.
let's get into hitters first, and we'll go to the pitchers after.
Okay. All right. So the top 10 hitters in MLB The Show 2025, where me and you will be coming out of retirement and playing each other at some point.
Yeah, you said you're getting the game, right?
Yes, I will be getting the game.
Okay.
All right. So here is the top 10 hitters. It's Shohei Ohtani, 99, Juan Soto, 99, Aaron Judge, 99, Ketel Marte, 96, Bobby Witt Jr., 96, Jose Ramirez, 95, Mike Trout, 95, Mookie Betts, 95, Francisco Lindor, 95, and Bryce Harper, 95. Those are your top 10 hitters.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, Nick. I don't have issues with much of the hitter rankings. Like Ohtani, Soto, Judge, 100% should be 99s.
Yep.
Here's where I have a problem.
Okay.
I think Ketel Marte is a phenomenal player.
I agree.
I don't think he is phenomenal enough to be a 96. I think J-Ram has been unbelievably consistent. He's been a top 5 MVP vote getter since he's been in baseball. Like, he's coming off one of his best years. J-Ram is Jose Ramirez. Ramirez should not, like, it should be higher than Ketel Marte. So I like Bobby Witt at 96. Like Witt a lot. I think he's the future of the sport.
Yep.
Coming off an incredible year, wins MVP in any other year where Aaron Judge, maybe even Gunnar, some of these other guys don't exist. Bobby Witt probably wins if Judge doesn't have the season he has.
Yep.
I mean, why?
I do.
Huh? Go ahead.
I agree. I do have a problem. I already know what you're going to say. I have a problem with this too.
Yeah, you know where I'm going because we're both going down the list. I think Mike Trout is one of the greatest of the generation. You cannot give a guy a 95 overall when he has played overall 95 games in the past 5 years. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. It just doesn't work that way. A guy that's not staying healthy, how can you? Because when you're looking at these, I guess it depends on how they do their rankings. I'm not looking at their criteria. I apologize. I've not looked at MLB The Show's criteria. But when you're looking at these rankings, you're doing it for the 2025 year. Trout is getting older. He gets injured all the time. He should not be a 95. It doesn't make any sense. You're projecting somebody to what their ranking is going to be. 95 doesn't make sense.
I'm with you. I think he should be right around like 91, 90, 89. I think that's where you should put him because he's been so good, right? Like you can't put him like less than like 88. You can't. You can't do that. It's Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Especially right now. Like he's still like when he's on the field, he's been good. He's been really good.
Right.
But then he can't stay on the field. So you gotta knock him down a few notches. Love Mike Trout, but he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. It's been really tough for him to be on the field consistently, especially over the past couple years. After last season, I can't have him as a 95. I can't have him above Mookie Betts. That's not possible. Lindor or Harper. He's got to be below those guys at this point in his career. Now, this year, if he stays healthy, has a good year, put him right back up to 95. But right now, I can't do it. I can't have him at 95. I think that's way too much of a high ranking there for Mike Trout.
Yeah. So with Trout, that doesn't really make any sense to me. Other ones, I don't have a problem with Mookie, Lindor, or Harper. I think they're all worthy of 95s. I'm going to say this though. I don't know. Did Gunnar deserve a spot up there?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe. Like, I thought he might have.
Again, I just have a problem with Marte being a 96. I think that's like absurd. I think he's an incredible player. Like the what he can do, on the field and at the plate is incredible. He's like one of the better all-around players in baseball. I don't think he deserves 96 though. I think if he had the season that he had last year and he was doing that, year in and year out more or less, I think he deserves a 96. But the track record doesn't speak 96 to me. One more that guy, he's a little bit underrated in a sense, I think. You can let me know, Nick. Look at Yordan Alvarez's numbers since 2021. Yep. He is one of the best hitters in baseball. He cannot, I think he's a 92, I think. Like, I would put Yordan above Harper. I would put him above Lindor.
Gunner's a 94. Okay,
so he's right there. I see. I didn't look at the rest of the list. I would probably swap Ketel and Yordan. And I think Yordan's a 92. I could be wrong.
Yes, he's a 92. Okay.
Yeah, I put maybe Marte like 93. I'd give Yordan a 96.
I think Acuna should be higher.
Yeah.
I know he was hurt. He's at 93.
Yeah, but that's even more ridiculous. Like Acuna has stayed healthier than Trout, I think. More than Trout stayed healthy in the last 5 years, and Acuna's younger.
Ellie's a 93. He's the same rating as Acuna.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't think Ellie's good enough yet. I'm just being honest. Like I'm not doing this for the bait. I don't think Ellie's there yet. I think Ellie's.
I don't think he's a 93. I think he's like a 91.
I think he's an 85. 90. I don't even think.
I think he's like a 91, 90, but he shouldn't be at the same level as Acuna. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's go pitchers. So off the bat, dude, what are we doing, man? Like Ohtani, it should not be a 99, man. Like I get that. Look at when he was pitching a couple of years ago. He missed a whole year. And even then, 99? He doesn't even want to say, but he hasn't won a Cy Young award yet.
Well, they did. Well, you have to preface it with this, okay? Okay, they put an asterisk next to it saying rating based on two-way ability.
Oh, right.
Okay?
I'm an idiot.
So you got to preface with that. Like they told you, all right, this is because he's just a 99 overall, just anyway. Because he's ridiculous.
Okay, so we're not looking at 99 pitching.
Yeah. So
well, that's fine.
I guess if you want to dive deeper, I'm sure you can look into it, what it's like different pitching stats are and different overalls are throughout, his pitching side of things. But Chris Sale, number one pitcher in the game other than Ohtani. I'll let you finish the list.
Yeah, so that's actually, you bring up an interesting point. Sale, had his first full year in the majors, really, in a since 2018, 2017, somewhere in there. Sale gets a 94. I would probably give Sale like a 91. I think he definitely needs to at least get 90 plus after winning a Cy Young for sure. Scooble, I will give 94. I'm cool with that. I'd probably go 94. I mean, the guy hasn't pitched more. I'm sorry. That's it. Why is he a 90? Why is Skeens at a 93?
I think that's low.
Because of talent? Oh my God, shut up. Because of talent? There's a lot of guys that are talented pitchers and don't deserve 93s. Ridiculous. I'll give Snell a 92. That's fine. Blake Snell's a 92. Emmanuel Clase. So this is like ratings. Like Emmanuel Clase just came off like an insane year as a closer. I think it should be a 98. I think Clase should be a 98. You don't think so?
Why are pitchers so low? I just don't get it. We're starting off at a 94. Like, I'm not counting Ohtani. I'm not counting it because it's based on both. They tell you that. I just have a problem with like how low the pitcher rankings are, and they've always generally been low. But Chris Sale at 1, I get it. He had a great year last year. I think that's a little much. I think Scooble should be a 96, in my opinion.
Again, I don't think he's done it long enough yet to give him that. I understand what you're saying.
Skeen should be like a 96.
Well, shut up. He should be like I could give Skeens a 90, and I'd be happy with that.
Is Snell ranked too high based upon last year? 92?
Snell's an interesting one. Because when Snell's going, he's going. I'd probably give Snell a 91. I'd just knock him down once. Right. I mean, I think Snell's still Snell. So Clase 91. And then next is Tyler Glasnow. Again, Tyler Glasnow doesn't stay healthy enough to me for him to get in the 90s. I can give him like an 88, personally.
Right. That's fair. I don't mind that one.
Now, where we get here this is probably the most absurd one of all. The Trout one was annoying to me. You know, I have a personal thing with Skeens. And I hope you agree with me on this just because. Buster Olney just recently did a top 10 pitchers in the game recently, and Zach Wheeler came in at number 1. Zach Wheeler, especially with the news of Cole, out for the year, with Tommy John, Zach Wheeler has been the best pitcher in baseball the last 5 years. I think you can make an argument for Cole, and that's probably maybe Corbin Burns is right there. Those are probably the top 3. Like Zach Wheeler has been healthy. Has been one of the more consistent pitchers in baseball, and there is an argument that he could have won 2 Cy Young awards to this point. Zach Wheeler being a 90 overall compared to all these other guys is absurd. Chris Sale has stayed healthy 1 year in the last 7 years, and it gets 1 Cy Young award, and it's automatically, oh my God, he's the best pitcher in baseball besides Ohtani. Tarek Skubal, wins 1 Cy Young award. I like Skubal. I like his projectile. I think he's going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball for the next 5 to 8, 10 years, somewhere around there. I'm cool with that. Zach Wheeler, he needs to win a Cy Young to shut up all these people.
I know.
Not even shut up. I just don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, Zach Wheeler is the best pitcher in baseball, and he is the not counting Ohtani. Well, not count Ohtani. He is the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th pitcher best overall according to MLB The Show ratings wise. It's ridiculous.
I think you laid it out perfectly. Man, I mean, Zach Wheeler at a 90. You can't. He was right there with Chris Sale.
He's below Tyler Glass now. I like Glass. I was even a shot at Glass now, but like, Cy Young, man.
He was right there in the Cy Young, and you have him 4 notches lower than Chris Sale? Are you kidding me? He's done it longer than Skeens. He's done it longer than Scooble. Why the heck is he at a 90?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. 97, 98. Are you kidding me?
I'd probably give him, like, depending on how they're doing this, with pitchers being lower. If you want to go that route, I'd give Wheeler a 97 and just have him the best pitcher in baseball. He has the same rating as Sonny Gray. I like Sonny Gray. I know you like Sonny Gray. I think Sonny Gray's sort of underrated to a certain extent. Maybe it's because of the teams he's pitched on in like the last 5
Yes.
years. I don't know what it is, but he shouldn't be on the same level as Sonny Gray. It's just ridiculous. And the 89 is George Kirby. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with Kirby being
That's
89.
cool. Yeah.
I'm fine. I just think it's absurd that Wheeler is at a 90. It's disrespect. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not
It's
not
tough,
enough
man.
work.
It's that list right there. We have it up on the screen. I have a lot of problems with the pitching list.
Yeah.
Not a ton with the hitters. I'm cool with that. The
Mm.
pitching, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree. So all right, let's get to that's off the MLB The Show rankings. Let's get to before we get to our bracket. Let's get to the Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas. They sold out recently. It was the Buck Stadium, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Bucks.
They sold out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium, and I think it was 75,000 people.
Yep.
Am I wrong? Yeah, 75,000 people.
Over 75.
It's insane. It's insane. Good for them, man. Good for them. The Bananas have really become like huge. They've become like the modern day Globetrotters, I would say. Globetrotters aren't really that big anymore. It's a shame, but Savannah Bananas have really taken over this kind of. They've kind of really taken over the role of who the Harlem Globetrotters were, in my opinion, Nick. But with the Savannah Bananas selling out the Tampa Bay Bucks Stadium, to have one of their games/events. Question I have for you is, I'll let you answer first. Do you think that, because there's a lot of people making comments about what this means for Major League Baseball? Oh, they can't do the Bananas can do this, but baseball, blah blah blah. Do you think this is more about how big the Savannah Bananas have become, or is this more of a bad look for baseball that Savannah Bananas are making more noise, or not making more noise, but making noise like this and selling out that big of a stadium?
I look at it as a positive thing. I mean, you want people to enjoy the game of baseball, right? This is an avenue to get people back interested in baseball again, right? This happened in Tampa. I mean, how much attendance issues have the Marlins had? Have the Tampa Bay Rays had, right? They just do 75 plus thousand, 70,000, whatever it is, in a football stadium. Crazy, dude. Crazy. I think this is a good thing. I don't think people should look at it as a negative thing. Like, baseball shouldn't look at this as a negative. Like, baseball lifers shouldn't look at this as negative. It means people are interested in the game. Yes, it's a show. It's like the Globetrotters. When the Globetrotters first came out and they were big, you know what I mean? Like, this is a Globetrotters-esque type of situation that you have going on with baseball. You should build off of that. If you're Major League Baseball, you should do a lot with this and build off of it and see what some of the things they're doing to draw and obviously you're not going to make it an entertainment game and dancing, players dance. Obviously not that, but you can make the game and the experience more fun. Like, what are they doing on social media that's working? What are they doing for the in-game experience that's working? Like, all those type of things, baseball can pick from and do it on a daily basis. Teams can pick from. So I think it's great. I think it means that people are still interested in this game. It looks a little different. It sounds a little different. It's okay. Like, let people enjoy it. And I think this is just a creative way of enjoying the game of baseball, a day out, being entertained. I don't have a problem with it. Like, I don't know why people are so up in arms about it. Like, the teams down in Florida, like the Rays, the Marlins, they're not offering fans anything. Like, the Marlins just continue to rebuild every year. They finally get a couple good players, and then they trade them all away all of a sudden. Tampa Bay Rays have had stadium issues for years. I mean, there's ways to get people involved, and people in Florida will enjoy the game of baseball. This is a perfect example of it. I know people are coming off from all over the place, but still, that's 70,000 people in a football stadium enjoying a game of baseball, whether, it's an entertainment aspect of it. I get it. But if you're baseball, you can learn from it, not shy away from it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, posing the question about this being more about how big the Bananas have become, or is it a bad look for baseball? I think there's people like it's not a lot of people. There are a few people that are like mocking Major League Baseball, but it's stupid. I think this is more how I mean, Nick, the Bananas have become like ginormous. They are. I remember when they came to Philly in September, right? They came to Philadelphia in September.
They came to Citizens Bank Park, yeah.
Yeah, August, September, somewhere around there, towards the end of the regular season last year. You know how much tickets were, Nick, for that, to go to that game? I wanted to go. They were like,
I think I was away. I might have been away. I can't remember.
Okay, so you were away. I mean, Nick, they were upwards of like $300, like over, like towards 400, and it sold out. There was packed house. All that to say that they have become such a huge thing.
They're a draw.
Yeah, huge draw that they've become their own. Again, they've become as big as the Globetrotters. That it has not even, I don't want to say transcended sports, but they've just become big. They've just become ginormous. I don't think this is about it being, again, like you said, I don't think people are looking at this saying like, oh, screw baseball, I'm only going to go to see the Savannah Bananas. Like, I'm only going to go home and watch TikToks of the Savannah Bananas. I don't think people are doing that. I think people are saying, I still want to go to a baseball, a Phillies game, a Rockies game, and a Braves game on a Tuesday night. But when the Bananas are in town, man, I got to go see them. Like, I got to figure out how I can go see them. It was kind of, again, I'll make the comparison with the Globetrotters when I was like 9-10 years old, when they came to the Wells Fargo Center, back in like 2003 or whenever I went to see them. Like, I loved the Sixers, loved Allen Iverson, loved everything about the Philadelphia 76ers in the NBA, but it was, the Globetrotters are in town. Oh, Mom, we got to go see them. That's it. They're together and separate at the same time. And I don't think the Bananas have like you said, a negative effect. I think there are a-holes on X/Twitter that don't care about baseball, that probably look at this and say, oh, I can mock baseball and look at me. I can say do what I want. I can tweet and do whatever I want. Look at me. Like, that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think this is it's great because it helps grow the game, man. Like, I don't see an issue. If you're someone who's like trash in Major League Baseball, I don't get it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't understand. Like, if you're like, baseball could learn from this. They really could. And I think this is something where you take some of the good that they're doing and bring it to your own game. I think that's what you do. If you're Major League Baseball and some of these teams, man, I mean, clearly people want to be, going to games in Florida, to say the least. I mean, they want to go. So they drew. They did a great job. Maybe you got to shorten the schedule if you're baseball, right? Like, because there's only so many games that you can go to the Savannah Bananas, right? So that's where I'm at. We got comments coming in about it, and here we go. I mean, this is
let's go.
2-0 Shark on the mic.
What's up? What's up, Shark? Oh yeah. He's called into the station before. WIP. Yeah. Pretty sure. Shout out to
Vibes
you,
were super high last night in Tampa. Crowd was electric and the energy was crazy. Yeah. I mean, it looked absolutely fantastic. Like, baseball can just take some of the good that they're doing and also maybe use it for their fan experience. Maybe it's like, all right, maybe we should shorten the schedule, etc. Like, they got to do stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to Shark. Yeah, good guy right here. He's the PA announcer, DJ
for the Bananas.
Yes,
awesome.
Shout out to you, Shark. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in, man. So again, like the Bananas are great. I think they're great for baseball. I think they're fun. I think they're it's really adding that Globetrotters element to baseball, and it's
great.
Really.
I gotta go to one, man. I gotta go to one. We'll go.
We'll go. We have to go.
We'll go.
Come on now. Yeah, we'll make that a shift episode from the ballpark as well.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go in the parking lot. We'll do it.
Yep. Yes, sir.
We'll do it.
All right. So that was So the Shark says they'll be back in at Citizens Bank Park again in July. 2 games this time. Need that.
I'll be gone. So, I'll be gone.
Gives me options if I'm working one night. So, all right, Nick, we're gonna wrap up the show here, and we are going to do what we set out to do. from the start, and appreciate you for the idea. And it's March Madness. We're doing a bracket. And again, don't blame me. Blame Earnshaw for his system here. I'll let you explain the system. But since it's March Madness, we're not going to do a 60 top. We're not doing like a 64, 65, whatever for the bracket.
Yeah.
But this is what we are doing. We are doing 8 seeds. And Nick asked me the topic. And I said, I had this actually in the tuck recently.
Nice.
I said, Nick, let's do the 8 best MLB individual seasons of all time. And you can only do one per player. Now, honestly, Barry Bonds could probably have 5 of these somewhere here.
Yeah.
We can only pick one. I see you went with the one that I recommended. I appreciate that. And we're going to do 8 seeds. And we are going to do the first round tonight. And then we are going to do, I guess, the next round. We'll do it next weekend as well, or the next episode. Stay tuned. Follow us on X. We are posting each matchup. You can go vote on that poll on Twitter/X. I will have the polls up very, very, very shortly after the show is over tonight. And I will have them out on X. And we're going to post the bracket on every social media platform. So stay tuned for this. I'm excited to do this. So Nick, let's introduce the bracket.
Yeah, so we took a bunch of some of the best MLB individual seasons. I just kind of chopped them down to 8, randomized them a little bit, and this is what we came up with. We just wanted fun matchups, right? Make you think a little bit and make you maybe a little bit upset too. Because I know Francisco is a little upset, and he's going to have a tough time making some of these decisions. So we did 4 pitchers and we did 4 hitters, some of the best seasons of all time. We wanted to go a little throwback, and as well, we wanted to go with some more recent top seasons. So we have number 1. First bracket is 1927 Babe Ruth, one of the best seasons of all time, obviously, against the 4 seed in Mike Trout's 2016. Great year by him there. On the bottom side of that side of the bracket, 1999 on the pitching side, Pedro Martinez, 99 versus 63 Sandy Koufax. Who's taking it? Listen, this is like a boomer versus millennial matchup right here. This is what we got going on there. All right, top right, Barry Bonds, 01 versus 2024 Shohei Ohtani, the 50-50 season, man. I mean, that's going to be fun. I think I know who I'm picking in that one, who I'm going to vote for, but this is why we're letting you vote, and we'll leave it up for about 4 days, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Last one, Randy Johnson, 02 versus Justin Verlander, 2011. So
AI decided to not pick 01 Randy Johnson, who 372 strikeouts, Cy Young, and co-World Series MVP. But, I digress.
It's all good.
Okay, Nick. So, all right, so I guess we'll just we'll go through the first round tonight. Let's start with Ruth, 1927 Babe Ruth, and 2016 Mike Trout. Who you got?
This one was tough for me. I'm going to go. I'm just kidding. It's got to be 1927 Babe Ruth. I got to go with Babe Ruth. I'm sorry. It's one of the most legendary seasons of all time. I know Trout had a great 2016, but I mean, it's Babe Ruth. Come on. We still talk about it.
Yeah. And by the way, Ruth is, if you want to look at playoff numbers, Trout didn't made the playoffs in 2013, 14, 15, somewhere around.
Barely.
14, I think. And they lost to the Royals in the first round, I think. Ruth in that 27 playoffs, or just in the World Series, because that was just the World Series, sorry. 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 400, 471, 800 slash line with almost a 1300 OPS. So to add to his 12.6 WAR year, which is one of the best seasons of all time. 1923 had a 14 WAR season, which I think it might be the most highest WAR season ever. You can make an argument for that year, but for the purpose of this, 2070 had 12.6 WAR. He led the majors in runs scored, 158 at that time, 60 home runs, which is really unheard of throughout his entire career. 356, 486, 772 slugging percentage is absolutely absurd. Almost a 1300 OPS, a 225 OPS plus. Ruth was otherworldly. He won MVP that year. He won. I don't even know if he won World Series, and that doesn't matter. He had an insane year. That's over Trout. Trout had an amazing year in 2016, but does not match Ruth.
All right, so we're both going Ruth.
Yep.
All right, let's move down to Pedro and Koufax, man. I want to get your thoughts on this one.
Yeah.
Koufax and Martinez.
So the thing with Pedro is like I love his peak, especially when he was with Boston, like 99, 2000. Those are arguably two of the best seasons of all time. Now I'm trying to look at what Koufax did in, that's pretty good. What he did in the World Series that year. Yeah, he did. That's some good stuff. Did he have a no hitter in any of these World Series games at all?
I'm double checking.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. 99 Pedro was insane.
He was the MVP.
Yeah. Man, you're not going to make me pick against Pedro, are you? I mean,
I might have to.
Yeah, it's 99 Pedro was insane. Koufax ERA plus that year. I don't know though, man. Let's see. Pedro ERA plus in 1999. We're normalizing for ballpark factors. 243 to Koufax's ERA plus in 1963 was a 159. I mean, that's almost 100% higher than Koufax. I don't know, man. I'm gonna stick with Pedro. I'm sticking with Pedro. I'm sticking with Pedro. Sorry.
All right. I think that. How close do you think? How close do you think this one's gonna be after the vote?
I think it's gonna be 50-50.
I mean,
what do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be like 52-48. Like I think I think I'm with you. I think it's gonna be so close. I think it's gonna be so close.
Be very close. All right.
Gosh.
Who do you got?
I'm just gonna. I mean, he won World Series MVP. I'm gonna go Koufax.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Koufax.
I don't know, man. Pedro was so like incredible during that.
I'm going Koufax. I feel I'm a Gen Zer going with all old school right now. I went Ruth and Koufax.
All right, so I'm gonna say the breath for this one, Nick. I mean, look, Ohtani had an incredible year last year. 50-50, wins MVP as a DH, over a 9 B WAR. Only as a DH is insane. If we went 04 Bonds, I would pick Bonds. Any of those years in the early 2000s, I would pick Bonds. I mean, 73 home runs. The OPS, what Bonds was doing. I mean, that was. It's been said a million times. I don't know what else to say, man. Almost a 12 WAR, 73 home runs, 177 walks, a 515 on base percentage. It's Bonds. I mean, it's Bonds.
Okay.
It's Bonds.
I will preface it with this, though.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm just saying, steroid era, there are going to be people who disqualify the 01 Bonds because of the steroids. I'm just saying.
No,
you have to preface it with that. You have
for sure.
I'm gonna go Bonds anyway because I think they should all be in the Hall of Fame. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally understand.
You have to preface with that. That's why I think it could be close because people will disqualify it.
I don't know, man. I'll say this, Nick. Like, I'm just gonna say this. There were hundreds of players in that time period that were using steroids.
I agree. I'm on your side.
No one was doing what Barry Bonds was doing. Like, we've never seen that before. There are people that were using a bunch of about to curse, a bunch of crap to get an edge in sports history, and baseball especially. It's most known for cheating. Guys were using stuff forever. They just weren't as like obvious with stuff as the steroids were. 73 in that type of year, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. Like, it just doesn't. Like the hand-eye coordination that Bonds had. I know he doesn't hit 73 without juice. I get it. Just insane to me. I sorry. Can't. So gotta go with Bonds. Gotta go with Bonds.
All right, I'm with you. I agree with you there, but there's going to be people who disagree.
Yes, of course, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's the beauty of it. Let's go 2011 Verlander, who's the 3 seed, versus 02 Randy Johnson, who is the 2 seed. I mean, we're talking about legendary stretches here in the early 2000s, man. I mean, what Randy Johnson was doing back then. You could argue 01 here. You could argue
it's 02. Stop saying 01. It says 02.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It says 02.
You could argue 99 was a great year too. I'm gonna go Randy Johnson. I think Randy's. I mean, look, Verlander had a pretty sick year. He won MVP that year too. That's tough, man. That's a tough pick. It's actually a tough pick. Am I about to go Verlander? Nah.
I'm going Verlander.
I mean, it was like, we're just talking about individual years. We're not talking
I'm
about
going Verlander.
Because he won MVP that year.
Come on.
Look
He
at
won the
Randy
Triple Crown that year. The pitching Triple Crown.
Congratulations. Yeah, wins. Oh, yeah, wins.
ERA.
What a
I know.
black
Yeah,
stat.
quit. But I'm just Cy Young and MVP. All right.
260 innings from Randy Johnson. Let's see how many Verlander had. 251. I'm going Verlander. Screw it.
Yeah. Look at that. Going Verlander. He loves the win.
Fine.
He loves to win.
Fine. Yeah, you're lucky. I'm going Verlander.
All right. Verlander it is. All right.
So those are our picks.
Those are our picks.
Yes.
What are yours?
Let us know what your picks are.
We'll see who moves on. We'll see who moves on.
Yes, we shall. So, we're going to have them on X.
Yep.
And
vote on X.
Yeah, and if you're watching this on YouTube right now, that means that these polls are up right now, so you can go vote for them right now. But if you're watching this live, which a lot of you are, which we appreciate you, they will be up very shortly after this episode is over. I promise you that. Promise. I whenever I make promises, I make.
See, we were gonna go 16, and then we decided let's go 8. Let's go 8. We'll do it for the next couple of shows. You'll have about 3 or 4 days, whatever Francisco decides to post them and put the poll up. Yes. You'll see how many days you have to vote. And then on the next episode, we'll go to the next round, the semifinals, and then the championship, the episode after that. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
All
right. This has been episode 81, our Kobe episode of The Shift. And we will be back next weekend. We are going to do round 2 of this.
Yep.
And we are also going to have our season preview because we are getting ever so closer to the real opening day.
Yeah, not Tuesday at 6 a.m. in another country.
Yeah. Look, we love Japan, we love Tokyo, we love Asia, but we need to have a normal opening day.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So, all right, that will do it for us. For Nick Earnshaw, for myself, this has been episode 81 of The Shift. Talk to you guys soon.